What's up, guys? Dave Ward here. It's day 3 of the Ultimate Reset. Things are going pretty well, and I was just making myself a cup of tea because, of course, I'm not allowed to drink caffeine, alcohol, or have sugar during this 21-day period. And I want to show you this cool thing that I got from a place called Teavana. And I don't know if you have a Teavana near you, but if you do, you should go get one of these if you're going to do the reset, because tea becomes your best friend. This is one of my favorites, which is called Honeybush Vanilla, and it's so good. But it's cool. You put the loose tea in this thing, then you put your boiling water in there, you let it steep for a little bit, and then you just put it right on top of there. And look at that. It just goes right down in there. Isn't that awesome? And then you are just left with a delicious cup of tea. Isn't that awesome? I love this thing. Oh, that's so good. So, yeah, making it through the reset pretty well. I will tell you guys that, late in the day, I've been dragging. Yesterday, I had to do our team call, which is every Tuesday night at 5:30, and I was pretty beat. I mean, I was just sitting there going, like, I should just cancel this thing. I'm so tired, and I was like, okay, but then I gotta go do it. So I sat down, and I got about 10 minutes in. And normally, I just have a cup of coffee, right? Like, hey, let's get fired up for the team call, bring a bunch of energy, and a little coffee, yeah. Or, I'd have some E&E and workout right before the call. And so that gets me all fired up. So anyway, and so I got on the call, and I was on about 10 minutes, and I did pretty good. And I started to get into the topic that I was talking about, and it was okay. So I managed to pull it out. And then I went inside and ate my dinner, and had fantastic salmon, asparagus, and little baby potatoes last night, which was awesome. Supposed to be the meal for the first night. I couldn't find a really nice piece of salmon though. So I had it on the second night and just had the second night's meal on the first night, which is fine. You can do that. You can sort of change. Like today for lunch is a lime lentil salad that I did not like the first time we made it. Monica loved it, and I didn't like it at all. So I'm not going to have that. I'm going to have one of the other meals. I think there's a quinoa salad, as I looked at. That is probably what I'll have for lunch today, because I just don't like the lentils. So don't punish yourself. This is not about punishing yourself. It's about giving yourself a gift. Now, if you don't know whether you like it or not, try it. Maybe you'll like it. There's some stuff that I didn't think I would like that I really like. There's a really good squash dish that has like this miso and something or other, tahini. Miso and tahini sauce, and it's so good. I didn't think I would like that, and I ended up loving it, and I ended up making it like after the reset. I kept making the dish because it was so good. So, feel free to try stuff. But I also just want to kind of chime in, not just for the people doing the reset, but for everybody, and talk a little bit about what's going on this time of year and some of the factors that are maybe working against you being happy and healthy and getting enough sleep and doing the things that we do when we feel really good. The first one is Halloween. Obviously, we hit Halloween, and all of a sudden there's all this candy that's around your house. I mean, just last night, I walked upstairs, my son's, the candy that we let him keep, we basically let the kids keep a little bit of candy, and then the stuff that, that they don't want, I'm sure they want it, but the stuff that they, aren't going to keep, we then give to a charity that gives it to servicemen. So, the stuff that was left over is sitting in a bag at the foot of my bed, because my wife had obviously taken it away from him because she was munching too much of it too quick, and she put it there, and I was like, why is that here? Like, how tempting is it to just dig in there and grab a piece of candy? And normally I wouldn't do that. That's not something I would normally do, and I certainly am not going to do it now that I'm on the reset. But what I'm trying to get you to recognize is that, just having that candy around is messing with your mind. You don't think it's messing with your mind, but it is, and you're probably munching on candy, which is making you feel guilty and making you feel bad about yourself and pushing you further away from the goals that maybe you really want. It's really easy to slip that way. The other thing I'll tell you that I really noticed about this time of year is the election. I don't know about where you live, but the local election here, in particular, there was one race where two guys got super nasty. Super, super nasty. And it's probably one of the most revolting campaigns I've ever seen. So Carl DeMaio, Scott Peters, if you guys are watching this, you're both idiots. I would love for neither of you to go off to Washington because you're a bunch of schmucks and you're ruining our country. So there you go. And if you support those guys, I'm sorry that you stand behind people who feel like that is the proper way to act. And so there's my political rant. I'm not supporting either of them because they're both schmucks, okay? So, but all of that wears on people. They were interviewing people last night as I was watching the election returns. They were interviewing people last night, and there were so many people who commented that the best part about today was not the election, it was the end to all the ads. You may not realize how those political ads are affecting your mind, how they're causing you to be divided from friends, family, people who don't have the same political views as you do. That's okay. I'm not saying politics is a bad thing or that you shouldn't have, you should have one view or another view. I'm simply trying to get you to recognize that right now, people are trying to drive a huge wedge in between you and the people around you, unless, of course, you're surrounded by like-minded people, in which case you're probably not involved in an area where there's nasty politicking because everybody's going to vote one way or the other. But if you are, recognize that's happening. And recognize that that's not healthy. Okay, it's why I think those guys are idiots. Is because they're so concerned about their own little power grab that they don't care about the psychological impact that they're having on people. I don't want people like that representing me. Okay? So keep in mind these things that are working against you. Halloween. Okay? Things like the election. Those are past now. And now you have an opportunity to maybe turn around and turn over a new page and do something different. Here's what's working against you on that front. Thanksgiving. I've talked to a lot of people lately who are telling me, I'm going to get started after Thanksgiving. How about this? How about making some small changes now, then enjoying Thanksgiving, and then getting started? Okay, because it's not an all or nothing proposition. You don't have to do the reset. I'm doing something really extreme right now. This is something I do once a year. Not like, every couple of weeks. I mean, this is something I do once a year where I block off this time and I do it. And I'm glad. In the future, I'm always going to do it at this time period. Normally, I really shied away from this time period for all the reasons I just told you. But this is actually the best time of year to do it because it's the time of year where, the weather's changing. We're starting to go into a little bit of a hibernation mode. We've got this election going on and all that negativity and Halloween and all that craziness. And we're looking forward to Thanksgiving rather than living in the moment. And doing the reset right now is really forcing me to live in this moment right now. So that is kind of what I had to talk to you about today. A little bit of a check-in just here on day 3. I feel great. I don't know what to say. I get a little bit tired in the afternoons, and I went to bed last night at about 9, and I slept so well last night. Oh, last night was great. So I'm feeling really good. It's day 3. I'll keep checking in every day. Have a fantastic day, and try and get rid of this noise. Try and get that out of your head, and try and focus on you and on what you can actually control.